The IRL streaming bubble is about to burst. People, what up? What's good? It's your boy 2Centz, man. As y'all see, we got an interesting topic from Omeezy that we gonna be checking about, talking about streaming, you know what I'm saying? The IRL bubble, you know, DDG, J Cinco, all of them, right? Apparently the fad is about to end, and he's gonna be talking about that. So let's listen in, man. We got So Illuminati right here. Let's listen.
Y'all all trying to be like these at the top. You got motherfuckers talking about desktop streaming is dying. How is that even possible? It's just the you watching. And to be honest with you, FaZe and AMP and all them, they chilling. They good. These got all the resources, bro. These elites. Y'all know the elites. I'm talking about y'all new. Y'all are getting caught in the wave. Y'all gonna die in.
With cable TV.
But here's the thing, and obviously So Illuminati is, you know what I'm saying, well established. Like, he knows exactly what he's talking about. My thing, like, even from a smaller content creator standpoint, and y'all know, or if y'all don't know, man, it's my second channel. Tap in with 218s. That's the gaming channel. But I feel like the thing is this, bro. You can chase trends if you want to, like if the IRL is the wave, or you know, whatever the most popular thing is, you can chase that, or not, right? Like you can build your audience the way you want to. And I feel like there's room for everybody to succeed, bro. Like, it's so many different platforms for streaming, making videos, like TikTok lives, like all and although you might never reach the level of Kai Cenat or, you know, Asmongold or whoever, like the top people are, man, I feel like there is a lane, bro. So even if the IRL wave is done for, I feel like you don't really got to be worried about that, you know what I'm saying? But that's just my opinion on it. But let's listen in.
Numbers going down and streaming numbers going up every single day. Advertising dollars going up in the streaming every single day. And the biggest guest appearances and guest stars going to the streaming platforms as opposed to sitting down on somebody's couch on television nowadays. It seems like streaming has taken over something that nobody could have counted for when it first started. But I'm not going to lie. That doesn't necessarily mean it's a good thing. Now, hate it or love it, it's in the entertainers' playbooks in order to go onto these platforms, sit down with the Kai Cenats, sit down with the Neons of the world, and have a good old time while promoting their platform.
I genuinely think streaming is the wave right now. It's the new wave. Streaming is officially mainstream in my opinion. And the reason I say this, because 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, if you were on a TV show, if you were on this, on that, what would you do as soon as you were done to try to elevate yourself and build off the hype? You would go into like a music video or go on to like Ellen or a talk show or Late Night with Jimmy Fallon. Now, if you get out of a reality TV show like Love Island or Big Brother or any of these TV shows, what's the first thing they do? They're going on streams. Streaming has genuinely made its way mainstream. Rappers are trying to get on streams. Athletes are getting on streams. The reason all these artists and actors and people from TV shows are going on streams, it's all thanks to Aiden, Kai, Lacey, and Speed.
y'all he threw itself in there.
Those four streamers right there are the reason streaming is.
Obviously, man, you know what I'm saying? He's right. Obviously, he knows what he's talking about, bro. He's one of the biggest streamers out, especially right now. My thing is, I wonder, like, why this is the case. I mean, obviously, you know, streaming is like you're more involved with your audience, so. You know, there's that level of, you feel like you know the person that's behind the camera or whatever. But I wonder if, like, you know what I'm saying, like 2020, the pandemic or whatever, like did that have an impact, like, on the, I guess, the shift in what's the popular content? Probably, right? But let's keep it going, y'all.
Mainstream and is the reason people are going onto streams.
Now, there are a plethora of reasons as to why people are gravitating towards streaming and it being the new mainstream thing to do.
Yeah.
For some way, shape, form, or fashion, streaming watchers are watching content longer than ever. They're watching the streams for 1.5 hours on average, which I thought we were supposed to be a short attention span, you know, society nowadays. But for some reason, these folks are tapped into these streams. From an entertainer's perspective, it makes sense why they would go and gravitate towards streaming, because all these fields aren't producing as much money money as streaming, outside of like the sports and stuff like that. But the ones like rappers that people thought made a lot of money back in the day just aren't making as much money as streamers.
Right.
A lot of these niggas just blow that money. They don't know how to invest money. You feel what I'm saying? I invest that money, go grab properties, go do this, go do that, but I still ain't signed yet. So me and my team, them boys just grab all my money. I get my publishing, I get my BMI, I get...
Also, man, when I feel like when it comes down to like rap and stuff like, we're like, there's not a lot of, and we did a video on this a while ago, but there's not real, I feel like there's not really like hits nowadays, bruh, because you know what I'm saying? You can just hop on Spotify and find whatever artist you like, and you know, people aren't idolized and like put on the same pedestal that they were even like in the 2010s, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like we don't really, you know, there's like not really like cultural movements behind a lot of these artists, you know, so that might be another thing, right?
I mean, I get my YouTube check, I get everything still. Right. You know what I'm saying?
All right, that's smooth.
But
Outside of, I mean, we just had like the Kendrick versus Drake thing or whatever last year, but like, y'all get what I'm saying though.
these niggas signing, so you understand, they get $1 million, they ain't get another $1 million for 3 or 4 years, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's really slavery on some real shit, like, it's a fucked up thing.
Lil Shimmy broke it down so eloquently as to how rappers are signing what he dubs as slave deals in order to make a lot of money. You know, he sees $1 million one time, he doesn't see it for the next 3 years, while Agent 00 at Streamer University is reporting that he makes $321,000+ a month off Twitch. People like Azam Gold, they're making $300,000 on Kick and simultaneously making $32,000 a month on Twitch. I mean, that in and of itself would be a reason to fire up the camera and start reacting to stuff. I would think you might have to catch me on Twitch. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Another thing that is coming out of this is major collaborations. Now, I'm seeing Neon be with Iggy Azalea. I'm seeing AMP be in Target with their Tone deodorants, and I'm seeing Kai Cenat literally everywhere. He was on the cover of Time magazine not too long ago as one of the top 100 creators. I just don't know any other rapper or athlete who's been on Times outside of like LeBron James or Jay-Z, like super big athletes. But now we're seeing this new and diverse community and subsection of entertainment hop into these mainstream spheres and do things that it took rappers and entertainers and ball players and all that stuff years to do in just a short amount of time. It's quite amazing, actually. So I can understand why a lot of people would gravitate towards streaming. It's hella lucrative, it's hella cool, you get all the huzz, you know, you get to do these big major crazy events and stuff like that. But the question is, and it's one that So Illuminati brought up at the beginning of the video, is how sustainable is this?
The shit that y'all seeing.
Well, I mean, it depends on, like, I guess if you're to answer it from like the content creator's perspective, the streamer's perspective, like it depends on what your goals are, like, in your availability. Like, are you willing and able to chase every trend? Yes or no? Like, if not, it's probably not sustainable for you. Or are you just doing this for fun? You know, like the answer is different for everybody, right?
It's not sustainable. A lot of y'all don't know. You knew and you already thinking you need to be doing IRLs, nigga. You are a fucking bot. You're gonna fall off. Bro, the IRL streaming shit is so overstimulated, so oversaturated. All you see is scripts now. Y'all trying too hard, and subconsciously a lot of y'all niggas is competing with each other, but y'all don't know it because it ain't personal. But we see it. I don't, bro, listen. My life is so fucking bro, listen. My life is completely boring compared to y'all. I can't compete with y'all niggas, and I don't want to have nothing to do with that energy. You have regular new people going around who just started streaming and they already feel pressure like they need to be doing IRLs.
Yeah.
You can't afford it.
Yeah.
None of that.
Yeah. So Illuminati said a lot right there, and I want to tackle it piece by piece because it's something that we've been seeing for a while, and this happens in all industries. It's happened in crypto, cars, Airbnb, etc., where there is a rush to get into this gold mine of a world. Trust me, I've had people proposition me to come and set up their streams, and I've thrown up like stupid amounts of money in order for them to sign up, and they've literally just said yes. But this stuff that they are doing is not sustainable, and just like every other bubble before it, .com, real estate, whatever the case may be, it will burst. First and foremost, IRL content has an expense problem. It is much more expensive to do IRL content versus sitting behind a desk.
Y'all know how expensive it is to keep up with content creation? You can get a 10K check from Twitch. What the fuck is a 10K check when you gotta spend 5K on trips to travel, $500 on setup shit, fucking $2,000 on your rent, fucking $200 on Wi-Fi, $200 on IRL toolkit. You gotta pay the clippers, pay a YouTube editor. Chat, I don't think y'all realizing I be going into negative doing this shit, okay?
Now, most people don't know this. Who am I kidding? A lot of people know this. I used to do some production work for AMP and hang out with the guys and stuff like that. And I remember talking to Agent 00 one time about the reason about going to Twitch and streaming as a medium for the content, as opposed to making long form videos. And he broke it down pretty simple to me. He said, Omar, we could spend hours of a day or an entire day planning a video, and then we could spend an entire day shooting a video, traveling to the site, getting the content, etc., etc. Then we could give the footage to an editor to spend another day doing the video, editing it up, making sure it looks good, etc., etc. Just to upload it for it to flop. In totality, if we factor in time and then if we factor in expenses, it becomes something that doesn't seem like it's a good trade-off, because ultimately it could flop in the algorithm. With that being said, the counter to that is sitting at a desk, you know, streaming for 3 to 18 hours and getting off as many clips as possible. I don't think people realize how many 8-minute clips can go into a 60-minute recording session, let alone doubling and tripling and quadrupling that. But now we're getting to the point where content creation from a streaming perspective has to come with some sort of expense. People are going out and doing big, lavish, and extravagant.
It doesn't have to. That, like, you know, we just saw snow cone on the screen or whatever. Like, you don't, like, you again, bro, you can choose to do whatever the most popular, most trendy thing is or not. I don't understand. Like, I feel like this wave of streaming is not a problem because you don't have to follow the wave. It's that simple. Sure, you might not succeed as fast, or you might not succeed, period, or you might not, you know what I'm saying, get to AMP and all them's level, but you don't have to do things like them if you can't afford it, bro. Like, this is where Omeezy losing me, but let's keep listening.
Again, things making it cost just as much, if not more, than when they were creating actual YouTube videos.
You know, I want to thank everyone for coming out, you know, on this trip. Everyone took time.
And you still can just make YouTube videos, bro. Again, it's all about, like, your motives. And here's the thing, bro. If you want to succeed on YouTube, as far as, like, making full-time money or whatever, or getting rich or whatever it is, you know, you gotta play the YouTube game too. Like, it might be a little bit harder than streaming, but you still can. Like, there's still successful YouTubers. I always bring up, like, Dashy, for example. Like, bro doesn't stream at all. You know, I can't think of a whole bunch of people off the top of my head, but like I said, man, there's that lane for everybody. I feel like on every single platform. You know, if we literally had, again, bro, people making sounds on TikTok and getting bread off that, just making sounds and doing them little anime movements, right? Like, I feel like you could, man, you don't gotta worry about it so much, man.
Times out of their days, they took times out of their families to, you know, come on this trip with me, man. You know, I envisioned it to be something insane, but you know, it's just not what it came out to be. You know, I think still some of the content's been good, but yeah, man, you know, it's been getting really fucking expensive. We've done 5 streams and we almost spent like fucking 200K. You know, we got to cut the cost down, you know, and I just feel like there was too many people.
I know that there's operational costs in a business, but at the end of the day, that is mad excessive. It's just way too much. But the sad part about it is that is the price to being these streamers when you do IRL
And
content.
again, bro, the top streamers, I feel like, control whatever the trend or the meta or whatever you want to call it is. If it's too expensive to keep doing IRL, they can just do something else and people will roll with it because they already have the biggest audience. You know what I'm saying? So there's that.
Content specifically, and this is also related to the money spending aspect where everybody feels like they have to one up each other, but this one is from a pure emotional standpoint. Streamers feel like now they have to be online more than ever. They have to give more content now more than ever, and ultimately they have to fall in line with these tropes or these lifestyles or whatever the case may be now more than ever. And it's impacting 2 communities specifically: the chopped community and the woman community.
I'm just irritated.
The chopped
My
community.
name just be slandered so much, and I really don't be doing nothing. Like, I literally don't be doing nothing. It's just always something. When it comes to my name, it's just always something. Like, it's so rare that I see positive stuff about me. And I literally don't do nothing. Like, nothing could get worse than that. So it's just like all the hate and everything, like nothing affects me no more. Like, it's like I have no feelings no more. All right, y'all, I'm finna just end for a little bit.
Ohio.
Oh, Dabo.
You need you a what? What the fuck did you just say? No, get up, get close.
Now, if you're new to this channel, then you probably don't know my stance on this, but I am a proponent of you being able to control your community, you being able to cultivate the environment that you are streaming and creating content in, etc., etc. Well, it seems that inherently speaking, this streaming all the time IRL content world that we're, stepping into is letting things go left, right, and sideways. Kaya, Dabo, and many other women and chopped people on the internet who are getting into streaming are falling victim to tropes that ultimately can be probably summed up as humiliation rituals. Now, all of them are laced in things like misogyny and colorism, etc., etc. But ultimately, these people have to fall in line and play into these tropes because that's what gets you pushed out to the masses. That's what continues to further the clips. That's what continues to...
I don't feel bad for Dabo or Kaya, bro. Like, he made a name off of self-deprecating. Kaya made a name off of twerking. Like, you kind of have to understand, basically, to prevent myself from rambling, if you made your bed, you're gonna have to lay in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you gonna get mad for dudes being thirsty or disrespectful in your chat if you got popular from twerking, if you twerk every single cooking video? You know what I'm saying? So I ain't,
happen. So now you have Dabo willingly, calling himself chopped, calling himself ugly, and willing to let a woman put hands on him continuously in order to get clicks and content off. You have Kaya consistently and constantly being sexualized on camera and people calling her out left, right, and sideways, names, all that other stuff like that. And then when you don't fall in line with the tropes, you end up like a Wendy Ortiz or Silky's ex, where now that community is disowning you because you won't fall in line with their forever content cycle.
Yo, how did the subs keep dropping? I thought we just reached 4K. Refund and it reset.
Now, I think that this is something that could be easily mitigated by creating different types of content and not always giving access to your full self to the camera and to the audience. But hey, this might be just the price of fame for this. And speaking of the price, it's going to continue to go up as more and more people delve deep and figure out that, hey, streaming is a way for us to get as much content out there as possible. I'm starting to see more and more celebrities actively take interest and want to invest in making streaming content. We're talking about the Nicki Minaj's of the world, the Kyrie Irvings of the world, the India Loves of the world that are now hopping into streaming with an already built platform, backing from everything else, and starting to really put pressure on the game because they have access, connections, and resources that a lot of these younger streamers just don't have.
Okay. I thought it was something that you had to do like weekly or
I feel like your fan base, your community, they I know how active you are and stuff like on Twitter. Like you can kind of do it on your own time. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right. So perfect. When you get off live, text me so we can talk about some other stuff real quick when you get a chance.
Of course, I got you, Nikki. It's a pleasure to connect and talk.
You too. Thank you.
Bye, Nikki.
Hey, India's chat.
Man, that boy Aiden Rich, when you start using words like connect, no, I'm just playing.
I'm glad you're finally streaming. Because back
No,
then
you
we talked
rich when
about
you
it.
say
I don't know why you're
connect.
thinking me. We talked about it, and now you're doing it. W India in the fucking chat.
I thank you because you helped me get here.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
How?
You made a few calls and then helped me, like,
I always knew you had it in you.
Thank you.
Of course.
Okay. What do you want? Streamer. What do you want? Streamer. Yo, do you want me to show you on stream or no? No. I love you, man. Call me tomorrow.
No, but we be separated with swimming trunks.
No, Ray, I don't know if y'all seen this. Ray J be trolling.
Yeah, but not like that. Like.
Yo, Ray J is nuts.
That's what I meant it. Pause, I know. But that's what I meant. It's like, if y'all was in the shower, then y'all was in the shower, y'all took a shower together. So I'm like, well, shit, I'll take a shower with them niggas. Like, on the stream. You know
Tripping.
What I'm saying?
Ultimately, I think that people get lost in the sauce quite often whenever something popular emerges. You know, when YouTube vlogs were popping, everybody felt like they needed to be like DDG, Casey Neistat, Logan and Jake Paul, or Emma Chamberlain. And they did everything in their power to try to emulate and imitate these people. And it worked for some people, but it just ultimately did not work. Same thing when they made long form videos. Everybody wanted to imitate Mr. Beast. And then you saw them lose their soul and ultimately fall off because of this. You see, there's a pattern that I'm trying to establish. Every time that we get into the bubble of content creation, whatever bubble it may be, it ultimately pops in the end because everybody tries to emulate and imitate that. I'm starting to see two bubbles and two trends right now where people are losing their selves and their personalities behind chasing content creation fame. It's the streaming bubble that we've been talking about. And also I saw this one video where this woman was like, you should create 300 TikToks in a month if you're being serious. 300 TikToks in a month, 10 TikToks a day? You should be getting a job. You should be working out. You should be doing anything else besides creating 10 TikToks a day in order to be able to make a life in content creation. There are ramifications that people do not talk about when they dedicate their lives to content. And it's something that's going to play out over time and stuff that when commentary channels talk about, when streamers, you know, talk about their burnout or whatever their case may be, it just gets swept up under the rug. But I'm here to tell you, people do get burnt out about this stuff.
When I tell y'all I was going through it, I was really going through it, bro. Like, dead ass, bro, by day 10, I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna get through the rest of these 20 days. Nigga, I'm having nights where I'm in the bathroom, like, just bawling my eyes out. Like,
it's a lot of unnecessary pressure that's being placed upon people in order to become famous through this whole streaming game. And whether you have sympathy for them or not, it doesn't really matter. But just heed my warning. You don't have to be like everyone else. And so Illuminati said this in the conclusion of the clip at the beginning of the video, that you can be yourself.
I'm glad Omeezy ended it on that, because that's what I was gonna say, bro. Like, you could choose to get caught up with everything or not, y'all. But shout out to Omeezy, man. Great video right here. As always, man, it's your boy 2Centz. Say it with me. TCZ. We out.